Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zenaida Vasanamanyan and thank you so much for tuning in. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys something that happened to me when I was in varsity, and of course while I'm doing my makeup just to entertain myself, you know what I'm saying? So this story is about a particular man who used to obsess over me, stalk me and harass me. This man was married and he was a pastor of some church that I don't know of. So if you want to find out what transpired between me and this man, do make sure that you keep on watching, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment down below and give this video a massive thumbs up. So I'm not going to go into the steps of what I'm doing because I want to get into the gist of the story, so that you guys can get the whole picture without being interrupted by my foundation routines. So the year 2015, I had just moved into Rays. The first 2 years of varsity, I stayed off campus. So 2015, I got accepted into Rays, moved to Lisbon Gardens, and if you know, at varsity, most of the studying happens in the common areas. And at Lisbon, it used to be the computer labs. That's where we will do most of the studying. So you literally spend the whole night in the labs, and the following morning you go to class and all of that. So one of the good days is this guy who was very nice. I must say he was nice, and I mean, I didn't know much about him at the time, so he was nice. Came and he greeted me. Before that, he used to look at me all the time in the lab, and I didn't quite understand. I thought, man, maybe, I don't know what he's thinking, whatever. Anyway, one of the good days he got the guts, and then he came to me and he greeted me, pretty much introduced himself to me. I was like, oh, okay, nice to meet you, booty. And yeah, that happened. And then soon after that, Umuntu is always coming to my desk to greet me whenever I'm in the lab, and he will be seated somewhere else. He would make sure that he move, and then he come and he sits right next to me. At first I thought, okay, it's just a guy who's nice, is trying to have a conversation and push time in the lab, so I thought. And then it got worse, the obsession. I started noticing some weird behaviors from him, that sometimes when I'm in the lab studying, he would move from wherever he's seated to come sit next to me, or if the seat next to me would be taken, he would sit opposite me, in front of me basically. And this guy would literally just look at me. He would not study. You know when you are studying and Umut is just I asked him to stop staring at me in the labs. Actually, I didn't ask him to stop staring at me. At first, I just thought, okay, whatever that he's looking at, I don't know. I'm just busy, and I would just ignore him and stuff. So that was that. Now, I started noticing something weird about him. That, what am I doing? I started noticing some weird behaviors. I remember one of the days he came to me. Well, I had just walked into the lab, and I was wearing a robe, and he asked me what I was wearing underneath. I was like, what? Fuck, what do you mean by that? He was like, no, what are you wearing underneath your robe? I was like, okay, no, this is really weird, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable. So from there, he never stopped. He just started making weird gestures and saying weird things, and I was like, okay, I can see what this guy is right now. I pretty much just blocked him out, and he wanted my numbers. He never had my numbers for the longest time. I never gave them to him, and at some point he got my numbers from someone. I don't know who exactly gave him my numbers, and he would send me inappropriate things on WhatsApp. And I was like, okay, this is getting out of hand, and I would try by all means to like block him and stuff, but he never stopped. So one day, guy on Facebook, so I had blocked him on WhatsApp, I had blocked him on Instagram, everywhere, and I had blocked him on Facebook. He went and he created a new account on Facebook and sent me a message saying that he wants to leave his wife. He has problem with his wife now. They are fighting because of me. I'm like, whew, how are you fighting because of me? I'm not in your life. We are not dating. What did you say to your wife that now she wants to leave you because of me? Like, no, I told her that I love you. I told her that we are planning on getting married as soon as you graduate. I was like, this is messed up. This is really, really messed up. I never responded. I just ignored him, and that was that. And the messages never stopped. They continued and continued. And I thought I had it handled. You know, I would just block him and continue with my life, because if he's blocked on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and everywhere else, he has no contact with me. So it's fine. I can handle it. So I forgot to mention that he was married. I didn't know that he was married until that text when he sent it to me saying that he's leaving his wife, or he's fighting with his wife because of me. And he was an old man, an old Zulu man who was a pastor of some church back in KZN. And the weird thing is, he had my life figured out that I was gonna graduate after 3 years, and then we are gonna get married, and I'm gonna be a mama pastor at his church. How crazy is that? Crazy things that men tell us. Anyway, he continued harassing me for the longest time, and I felt uncomfortable. I must say that he made my stay in Nisbek very difficult, because I remember at some point I did say in one of my videos that I couldn't study. I couldn't go to the labs alone and study, so I had to like depend on my friends to go to the labs with me, because he would always follow me around. And even when I would leave the labs, I would not go straight to my room, because I know he's following me somewhere. So I'll just pass by a friend's house and then eventually go to my place when I know that he's gone. Like, this guy was so sick, guys. I remember one of the days I just left the labs and I went to my friend's room, and I stayed there, I think, for like an hour. And when I left, when I was about to leave, I saw him on the other end, just waiting there. I think he was waiting for me to finally leave and go to my room so he can see where I stayed. That's how crazy he was. And eventually he finally figured out where my room was. And one day guy decided, okay, today is the day. I have found out where this girl lives. I'm going to her apartment. He came to my apartment, guys, and I heard a knock. I was actually on my way out to see a friend, and I had a knock, and when I went to open the door, there he was, standing right in front of me. I was like, what are you doing here? I was so shocked, guys. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing here? And he was like, yeah, bitch. No, before that, actually, before insulting me, he wanted to force himself into my room. And I was like, no, that's not happening. Can you please leave? So guy pretty much just started insulting me, and he was calling me all sorts of names, and he was very angry. And I must say that frightened me. I was so scared, guys, because that anger, it was, sure, I've never seen anything like that before. And at some point things started getting intense between me and him, because I'm angry, I'm asking him to leave, he doesn't want to leave, he's swearing at me, he's calling me all sorts of things, and I was very scared, I must say, and I feel my blood rushing. I'm like, okay, my heart is pumping fast, this guy is scaring me, and he's trying to push himself, he's trying to let himself in my room, and I'm like pushing him. And I mean, this is a big guy, guys, he's fighting to get inside my house, I'm like fighting to get him out, and eventually I just like pushed him out. I was like, bam! And he stepped outside, and by that time already, because of the noise, everybody just started coming out. So the warden came to rescue me, obviously, and we took us to her room. Or I think he left, guy left, and they took me to the warden's room to talk about what just happened. And my friend came, Mashlati, to make sure that I was okay and all of that. So that's what happened, right? So I laid an official complaint against him at disco, and yeah, that's what happened. And guy, he never stopped, he just continued. The following semester, I had asked that they remove him from the residence, they never did. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that case. Actually, I never followed up. I was just too focused on my studies. I just wanted to make sure that I do well and I don't get distracted by this guy. So he never stopped, and I just thought, you know what, it's okay, I will just mind my business and not give him the attention. It was very disturbing, obviously, knowing that there is someone in the residence who pretty much stalks you and keeps on harassing you. But I mean, what can you do, you know? So I just didn't let it get to me. So one day he sends me an email. I think he got my student number, and obviously if you know my student number, you would know my email. So he sends me an email saying that God spoke to him that I'm going to be his wife, he's going to marry me, he's sorry about everything that happened, but it had to happen because I was very stubborn, and God told him that I'm going to be his wife, he's going to divorce his wife. Funny thing was, when he said to me, I'm not coming into your life like a visitor who just comes and goes, but I'm here to stay, to build, and to dwell in your life. I want to do right by you and your family. And he also included a scripture, I think it was Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. I was like, wow, because I'm a woman of God, you are just going to use that to get to me. How stupid can you be? So yeah, that's what happened. Hey, I can't talk. Imagine, just imagine it, guys. I mean, I know for sure that I can never be a mama pastor. Imagine me getting a mama pastor. I feel like I'll always be in trouble with the deacon board. Just because I'm that crazy. I don't like uptightness, and I feel like most of my pastors are uptight. I'm sorry. I will be that I'm a pastor who comes to church with a very tight dress that has a slit. And I'm very confident to say that it was definitely not God's purpose for me to be a mama pastor at some church in KZN. So that's pretty much it. That's what transpired between me and that guy. When I think about it today, I could have handled it differently, you know. I should have handled it differently. I should have followed up on the case and made sure that it goes through. But then I was just so focused on my studies, and I definitely didn't want to give him the satisfaction, you know. I get to focus on my studies and do well, and not allow him to be a distraction in my life. And I guess another thing, I just didn't want to be defined by what happened between me and that guy. I didn't want it to be my story. I was selfish because I only thought about myself and not the possibility of what he could be in society to the young girls at the school that he was working at. But I'm past that now. I have forgiven myself, I have moved on, and I have forgiven him as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. Do make sure that you subscribe to this channel, you like this video, and you definitely leave a comment for me. I would really appreciate it. And have a good day further. Mwah. Bye.